So do you think if I go to a Catholic church and the priest asks, why do you want to be Catholic? Do you think that I can go to Mass on Saturdays and still play hockey on Sundays? A suitable answer? He's like, what? No. So, yeah, I was like, no, I'm just joking. But in all seriousness, that was the first nugget of inception for me was, Catholicism. How come I haven't really considered that?
Welcome back to the Outdoor Catholic. I'm here with my good friend Derrick, who recently joined the Catholic Church. And today he's going to share with us his fears and hesitations about joining the Catholic Church, as well as his OCIA, confirmation, and First Communion experiences. You and your wife Jenny recently came into the church, and she was gracious to be interviewed in another video that we did recently. So thank you also for willing to be able to share your faith journey and OCIA experience with us. Let's start with, did you grow up with any kind of faith life?
I remember, might have been 16 to 18 years old. I remember going home that day and deciding that I would just try to read the Bible on my own. I went to public school. Learned about the Big Bang Theory, dust cloud theory, dinosaurs, and so learn about it in school and science class with an instructor or teacher, then made more sense to me. So I remember vividly trying to read Genesis for the first time, and the part where it says, and God said, let there be light, and there was light. Automatically I was stopped. How does that work? And I didn't really have anybody to ask, so I believed at that time, probably around 18 years old, that all I needed to do was enjoy nature, be neighborly, and be a kind person.
So when did you begin to have a relationship with Jesus?
One of the biggest awakenings for me was in 2018. I got one of the best jobs I've ever had for providing for my family and actually being able to save. In 2020, due to COVID, I was laid off from that job. Roller coaster of emotion, man. It was a very stressful time. Depressed in the beginning, stressed out, worried about my wife and 2 daughters, and providing, paying the bills, taking care of them. But at the same time, somebody who'd never been on unemployment or laid off or let go from a position ever for work ethic, merit, integrity, we were still provided for. And I got to spend more time with my wife and daughters than I ever had. So that was the first time I really started believing that everything was going to be fine and we were taken care of. So.
Who or what made you want to join the Catholic Church?
There were times in my life where you hear stories of people that had this near-death experience, or they felt that they were saved, or it was so clear and apparent to them that they were on the right path or they were provided for. Looking back now, I realize that I've had several of those. I just didn't know it at the time. But I started noticing different people at work, and never really had a lot of people in my life that I really looked up to as mentors or people I wanted to emulate. But there were a couple guys that I started to meet and interact with when I came back from work. I knew a couple of them. One, my sponsor for Catholicism, Mike, whom I still work with today, was one of those people. Catholic. Tim, Catholic. Worked with him every day for a long time, and Catholic. Danny, one of my other good friends from work, and all these guys are significantly older than me, by the way. 10-year, 20-year, 30-year spread. Danny, great guy, grew to like and love him a lot. Catholic. Kurt, when I came back from layoff, the only shift available for me was third shift. So it was a very small group of people. I think, let's say 4 to 6, working 10 at night to 6 in the morning. My wife and daughters at home on normal schedule. So, I don't know, it was maybe 2 in the morning. Kurt and I are having a cup of coffee just to get through the last half of the shift, and Kurt's Catholic, talked about it for many years. Well, talked about how he'd been Catholic for many years, or going with his wife, and It sounds silly to say. I hope nobody really is upset with me for saying this because it's just a joke. But Kurt and I were discussing about their Saturday night mass. Never knew that was a thing. This is 2021. And I was joking with Kurt, feet kicked up, sipping a cup of coffee. I was like, man, I play in a roller hockey league on Sundays. And so I was joking with Kurt about it. I was like, so do you think if I go to a Catholic church and the priest asks, why do you want to be Catholic? Do you think that I can go to mass on Saturdays and still play hockey on Sunday is a suitable answer? He's like, what? No. So, yeah, I was like, no, I'm just joking. But in all seriousness, that was the first nugget of inception for me was, Catholicism. How come I haven't really considered that?
So how did you get involved in OCIA?
So, my daughters, Olive and Hazel, our daughters, I'm pretty sure it was a Friday night. I don't know if it was the 3-week stint or just one of the weekly trips, but we usually have pizza, frozen pizza, and movie night on Friday nights in our house. Jenny was not there. We were watching an animated movie, don't remember what it was, and for some reason I had the impulse to pause it. Olive's laying here, Hazel's sitting over there. I'm like, something in the movie prompted me. Pause it. Do you guys believe in God? Olive, yeah, Dad. Hazel, yeah. Like, how do we have the bird and the trees without it? I'm like, I started bawling. I'm like, you idiot. Have not been taking them to church, haven't been trying to instill that in who they are. It's time to make a change. So this was around Easter last year. So and I got on our parish family website, looked at the OCIA portion of the website, reached out through the online inquiry, and our mutual friend Elizabeth reached out pretty responsively and made it clear. Very lengthy email, great information, good detail. Classes on Mondays, first class is August 4th, I believe. No commitment. You can come to the first class, decide it's not for you. You can go through the entire program through Easter Visual, decide it's not for you, and nobody's gonna hold anything against you. It's okay, and at that time Jenny was in the middle of hard times with her grandma, with her grams. I said, hey, so what do you think about this OCIA class? She was like, Derrick, are you kidding me? I don't have enough time for this right now. Maybe we can start next year. Jenny, we're gonna have an excuse next year too. We're gonna get nothing but busier. I told her about Elizabeth's email. Let's just go try one class. And it was awesome. Fell in love. So I didn't have to persuade her or convince her. I was very, very shocked, surprised, impressed, happy. So we continued to go. First class, we met our discipleship partners, Catholic buddies as we call each other, Joe and Sue, lovely people. They ended up becoming Jenny's godparents. So just haven't quit going.
Awesome. How did you prepare for the sacraments of confirmation and First Communion?
So before, one of the things I had to do before confirmation was the rite of reconciliation. Mind you, I was in the Air Force. I'm a wartime veteran. I was 41 years old when I went to my first confession. That was scary, nerve-wracking. I was worried about it for weeks. So worried, in fact. I hope Father Dell, Father Chris, Father Pat, Father Ed see this one day, but I also hope they don't, because I actually was so nervous about it. I went with my co-worker Danny to a different church because 40 some, let's say 30 some odd years of wrongdoing and, being on a different path to confess and to atone for. So, yeah, I was really embarrassed about it. During confirmation, man, I was so ready and so excited, but at the same time, I was just like, don't cry in front of all these people. Poor Tiffany next to me, she was, and I think she looked at me at one point because I was like, trying to snuff them back in, and I could just, I don't know, I felt like I could hear it echoing through the church, and it just was wonderful, man. When He anointed me with the chrism. Oh, it's just, I don't know. It's indescribable. Warmth, happiness, mixed with unworthiness. The Eucharist, receiving that for the first time, man. Of course, I told you this before. I'm the guy like, what's the proper procedure? When do I bow? When do I say amen? Which hand do I put on top? I did all this pre-work to receive it. It didn't matter. Once I received it, it was like, I'm finally here, man.
How have you felt since becoming Catholic?
Thirsty for more. Podcasts, Bible reading, extracurricular book reading, attending masses, learning about mass. Like I don't know. Like I talked to you about hobbies earlier. Like this is not a hobby. It's a way of life, you know, and will be. But I don't know. Just it's what I want.
What would you want to say or share with anyone who is considering joining the Catholic Church?
No obligations. Try one class of OCIA. That's it. Love it.
If you liked that video, make sure to check out the Scott Campbell Outdoor Catholic YouTube channel, where we have more videos just like this. And if you want to see our newest videos, make sure to click subscribe so you'll get notifications.